Okay, video time. Let's have a look at your introductions. Now, this topic, I posted it last night. So, over the past few decades, the media has promoted the image of young, thin women as being ideal. Two-part question: what problems has this caused? 2. What solutions can you suggest to the issue? Now, the structure is the same as before, the previous topic. You paraphrase the topic, add nothing, omit nothing also, then directly answer the question. And that's it. Okay. There were some good examples in yesterday's video. The first one, for example, I can't remember whose that was now, but that was quite good. Three sentences. Paraphrase the topic, answer question 1, answer question 2, boom. That's it. That's what you need for your introduction. Then you develop your ideas. You put your arguments, evidence, and examples in paragraph 2 and 3. That's it. Okay, so here's the first one. It has been promoted by media. Well, first we need an article. Oops. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put the changes on, and you can see what I've done. Okay. It has been promoted. What has been promoted? Now, using passive doesn't always work. Now, I know that some people try and use passive in terms of paraphrasing. You know, as I've said before, there's 4 ways of paraphrasing. You can think of synonym, though of course not every synonym is equal in every context, so you have to be careful there. Second way, change the form of the word. So, for example, promoted, promote, promotion, has been promoted, etc. And that counts equally well. In some cases, it's better if a synonym is not directly available. The third way is change the word order. You can move things around. And the fourth way is make it passive. Now, making it passive here, this reads kind of strange. It has been promoted. What has been? So this doesn't quite work out here. It has been, you know. In recent years, the media, so in recent years, it has been promoted that being thin is ideal for young women by the media. That doesn't quite work either. So you'd have to change it. So instead of promoted, promotes, promoting, you could change that round. But it has been, and that reads a little bit strange. But still, you know, it does paraphrase. This issue has caused. Why shouldn't it be present perfect? Many problems, such as some diseases among feminine. Well, that's an adjective, such as feminine what? Among females, which is not the same. It could be solved. Well, which could be solved. You can make it part of the same sentence if you wish. Make it a complex one. Which could be solved by removing mass media pressures on them. On who? On females. And changing public opinion. Okay. This issue has caused men problems such as some diseases. Again, you know, are you talking about, what is it? Anorexia? Okay, the more specific you are, the better it will be. Among females, but it's not all females though, is it? It's not all. It's, you know, young women. These are the ones who see this image. You know, isn't anorexia more common among teenage girls? You know, so it's not women or females in general. It's you know, it's a particular type or a particular age group or category which it affects. During the recent past, well, okay, the media has caused Right. To be, so if you're going to use this particular structure, if you're going to use present perfect, media has caused the image to be considered as an ideal. It seems to me that's a bit informal, is it not? You know, it seems to me, and you don't really need that. You can simply say one of the main problems this has caused is, it seems to me that one of the main problems arising from this issue is that fat women are neglected because of being fat. What? Because being fat, what? It takes away from. I get your general idea, but the way you've worded this, it's not very clear at all. It's not very clear at all. So that needs a bit of rewording. I believe that the only effective long-term solution is to inform the female community, which being as an act, that is nonsense phrasing. I have no idea what that means. Which being as an ideal is beyond the physical criteria. The examiner would not even waste time trying to decipher that. So that's not so good. Okay, as using media, and especially social media. Okay, what's this got to do with the question? As using media, social media. I believe this is talking about the media in terms of TV, newspapers, etc. That's what it means, essentially. You could include maybe new media, such as, the internet, in that. But what's this got to do with media use, social media use? So, became more, right, well, again, you'd have to make this present perfect. Has become more prevalent during recent years. Its impact has increased. Okay, but that's kind of going off topic. It's like about the topic, but it's not directly answering the question. You don't need these kind of sentences. All that you need to do is simply, get straight to the point. It has, in recent years, the media has promoted an ideal image of women as being young and thin. That would do. Okay. One of the problems this has caused is anxiety and body dysmorphia among teenage girls. A possible answer would be to regulate media's depiction of women, or something such as that. Okay. So one of these impacts is introducing youth and thinness as ideal factors. Okay, this is men who feel uncomfortable with their own bodies and not their self-esteem. Okay, that's good. A solution media authority in its stacking which there is not ever no beauty is not out there. Now, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Pretty good. It's a little bit long. I mean, it's an introduction. And how many words have we done for that? It's 79 words. That's a little bit long for an introduction, but it's got some good points. It's got some good ideas. It's just we don't really need. You could have cut that down a little bit. Okay, but in terms of English, that is quite good. In the last few decades, the mass media has infused. You infuse tea. That's an infusion. When you dip a tea bag into a cup of boiling water, that's an infusion. The mass media has infused. I don't think that's the optimal verb that I would use. The only female in society is one who is thin. Well, also young, not only thin. This causes some psychological conditions, anorexia among women. Possible solution by media advertising the skinny type of body, accompanied by raising the public's awareness about what infit body shape. I'm not sure what that refers to. So just watch the choice of words, because I've noticed this. Sometimes people are choosing words, but they don't always mean quite what you think. You know, since a few decades ago till now, you mean in recent years? People have seen. People have seen. The media promoting a young skinny woman as an ideal body physic. You mean body type? Unfortunately, this phenomenon has had an awful effect on women's diet. How has it had an effect on women's, what women, what diets, what are you talking about? And also, some comes to produce disastrous foods. What does that mean? I don't think that means quite what you think it does. In order to make an abuse of women, well, how can you make an abuse? Because that's not countable. But how can you make an abuse of women? That's I'm not sure what that means. But a good policy that teaches women to discover their values by their behaviour knowledge, and is that profession? I don't know what that is. No idea what that word is. Profession? I don't know. In the schools and universities, rather than being skinny, can make an incredible change with some reasonable bit. Okay, I can get your general point, but the way it's been worded, it doesn't work at all. It does not work. You'd have to try again. Okay, recently media has played a significant role in the idea of the thin woman to be ideal. The idea to be ideal. Oh, okay, that's pretty similar. This has made a materialistic view. How is that materialistic? That's talking about things which you possess, which you own. Materialistic is a society based on materials, ownership, and consumption. So I'm not sure what that's got to do with the media showing a picture of women to be young and thin. In other words, they never show pictures of old fatties. It's always young and thin. So I'm not sure what that's got to do with materialism. People are experiencing a sense of negative self-image for women. Okay, well, that's more on point. Okay. Such difficulties can be resolved by educating people of higher values. What? Educating people with, not of. And banning such advertisements through media or throughout the media, maybe. Okay, so that's kind of going off topic a little bit. I can see what you mean, but it doesn't say anything about materialism. Okay. Media has a salient role to... the media has a salient role. Well, it's talking about... Go back to the topic. This is all past. It's past tense. Over the previous few years, the media has. So it's in the past. So why is this present? It has a salient role now to promote the image of young females who are slim, considered as an ideal since previous few decades. Right, well, you've got some word order issues here. This does not work. Has a salient role now. Since the previous few? No. In my viewpoint, there's a big problem with women who are overweight, going straight down to as young, underweight men. Okay. Well, the media can tackle this problem by broadcasting talk shows with these thin women on how they keep fit. Well, what's that? How will that help? I mean, if the media have thin women on their talk shows, they're still showing an ideal of being thin. So, are you saying that fat, overweight women, instead of going on a diet, they should still try and be thin, but by exercise? Isn't that? I don't think that's quite what the question, the topic is talking about. I think it's more to do with self-image, with harm such as anorexia, etc., promoting an unrealistic image of women. And what problems has this caused? So, okay, so anyway, so that's a few there. Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So, I hope that helps. I'll put the file in the group. I'll save the changes, and I'll see you back on Telegram.